Taxonomical aids. In Living World, up to date we have discussed about the properties of life, and next to have a detailed account about the biodiversity, to have a detailed account about the flora and fauna present in our locality, in our state, in our country. There is a need to have some taxonomical aids with us, and these taxonomical aids includes herbaria, botanical garden, museum, zoological park, and biodiversity park. Out of that, first one is an herbarium. The word herbarium was coined by Piton de Turenfort in the book Elements. The art of herbarium was initiated by an Italian taxonomist, Luca Ghini. But the technique of herbarium is used by you people also. Cause out of you people, some have a habit to preserve the plant part like leaf, small flowers in your notebook. What you are going to do? You are going to keep the leaf of a plant in your notebook. You are going to change the pages, and you are going to place this leaf of the plant in your notebook and are going to change the pages after few days. Automatically after few days you can observe the leaf is get dry up and can be preserved as it is for many of the years. If we picked up two leaves of the plant, one is kept as it is without preservation, and another leaf if you used for the process of preservation, and if you want to prepare an herbarium. Only of a single leaf I am talking. Then you can observe the difference. The leaf which you have dried in your notebook can be remained as it is for prolonged time. And the technique used by you people, it is very simple. Only you go for pressing and drying. So same thing is performed in the case of a herbarium on scientific way. Herbarium are effective tools in the taxonomic studies about the animal and plant as well as the plant parts. Mainly, the herbarium is performed in the relation of plants, not about the animals. The animals are preserved into the museum, and herbarium is mainly used for the preservation of plant parts. So herbaria are effective tools in the taxonomic studies. A herbarium is essentially a dried plant specimen is pressed, treated and mounted on the standard size sheet in order to preserve it. Here you can observe the example. A very simple example is kept in front of you about the plant part which shows a flower and floral parts as well as the stem and a leaf of a plant body. Here the person who prepared this herbarium and the detailed account about the plant like genus of the plant, species of the plant, family of the plant, habitat means the plant residing from which locality, what type of the habitat, whether aquatic, whether terrestrial, whether xerophytic, samophytic. Then what about the growth, flower color, from where the flower is collected, whom collect the flower, identified by which scientist, which professor, and common name of the plant part which you have preserved. After that, a date of collection and date of preservation should be notified on that herbarium. So here some example in front of you. These are the few plant parts are preserved in the form of a herbarium. This it can be selected by you people as a practical and as an project work. You can collect the plant part from your locality and preserve those plant part by the pressing and drying, pin up on the standard sheet, label, collect the information, keep on that sheet, and you can make a very good project to assign at your college level. These are the few examples which give us an idea how one can go for preservation of a plant parts. And then what are the actually things have to be given on that herbarium standard sheet. The date should be given, place of collection should be given, classification of the plant, it have to be given, then ecological peculiarities, from which area the plant is collected, the characteristics of the plant should be given over there in a brief. All that record have to be kept on the same sheet which is used to pin up that dried part of the plant. Local names and name of the collector have to be added. This information is given at lower right corner of the sheet and it is called as a label. Which information, as we have discussed into the last slide, and that it is the information: genus, species, family, habitat of the plant, growth, color of the flower, where is a site of collection, whom collect the flower or whom one that collect the plant part, identification performed by the person, his name, common name of the plant, date of collection and the date of preservation. So that thing, it is related to the herbarium. So you can use that herbarium, you can select that herbarium as a project at your college level. The next, botanical garden. Now botanical gardens are the places where plants of different varieties collected from different parts of the world are grown in a scientific and systematic in vivo manner. Now in vivo manner, in their natural state. Plants are labeled, present in that botanical garden. You can observe the plant are labeled with the help of their common names, their scientific names. If you people have a visit to the Durga Tekdi, at that site you can observe the number of plants are labeled by their common names and by their scientific name. Not only that, these boards also give us an idea about the flowering seasons and the way of reproduction shown by those particular plants. So all those things can be observed very easily into the botanical gardens. This botanical garden, the great banyan tree at Kolkata in front of you is given of about 255 years old. That it is on a picture of the tree. You can collect a brief account about that great banyan tree at the Kolkata, which shows about 2,800 aerial roots. These aerial roots are get arised from the lateral branches of the plant body, which helps to give a support to that huge branches, and automatically due to that 2,800 aerial roots. In Marathi we can say the parambya of vadache jhad. So that 2,800 aerial roots gives the appearance of a complete forest by a single tree. This great banyan tree is over 257 years old, which covers about 40,500 square meter of the land. That means about 3.5 acres of the land is covered by a single tree. In the Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose Botanical Garden near Kolkata, making it the widest tree in the world. So this is about and a brief account related to the Great Banyan Tree located at Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose Botanical Garden near Kolkata. A same information over here also collected from your textbook. Now taken a brief account about the botanical garden. The first botanical garden of the world was established in 1543 by an Italian professor Luca Ghini at Pisa, Italy. Botanical garden at Kew in England is known for largest collection of more than 30,000 specimens of the plant, preserved plants, and more than 7 million herbaria, which now only we have discussed in a previous slides. How many herbarias are there? 7 million herbarias are preserved in that botanical garden at Kew in England. Next one, museum. Museums are the places where collections of preserved plants and animal specimens are kept. Here, plants and animal specimens may be preserved into the formalin if these animals as well as the plants contains more amount of a liquid material, or animals are belongs to the aquatic medium, then they have to preserve into the preservative. I think up to the 10th standard at your laboratory you have observed some transparent jars which contains preserved animals, and the liquid present in this jar is nothing else, this is formalin. This is about 10% to 40% formaldehyde. This 10 to 40% formaldehyde is helpful to preserve those animals. These jars are labeled with the common name and scientific name of those animals. Larger animals, like you can take an example of mammals as well as the aves, are usually stuffed and are preserved. In the case of these mammals, entire inner material is removed and these animals are stuffed, are stitched. Even instead of original eye have to be removed because that it go for perishable. They go for degeneration, they get degraded, they go for decomposition. So they have to remove, and instead of that the artificial eyes are placed over there. Only skin is kept, then it is stitched, and stuffed mammals are preserved. But the aquatic animals are preserved into the formalin, into the formaldehyde, in transparent jars. This science is known as a taxidermy, where the plants and animals are preserved. So the branch of biology deals with the preservation of animals as well as the plants. It is called as a taxidermy. Specimens in dried form are also kept in a museum, like insects. Some insects are there which we can't kept into the formaldehyde, which we can't go for the stuffing. Then these insects are dried up and are pinned onto the sheet and are kept into the glass box. We can even find systematic collection of shells, skeletons of the animals, insect boxes in museums. Thus, biological museums in educational institutes are reference hubs of biodiversity studies in that particular area. Here you can take an example about your area only. You peoples are belongs to the Akrudi Pradhikaran. Near to you people, international center related to the Zoological Survey is located under the heading of Zoological Survey of India. Mind it, very close to you people, near that Akurdi railway station, you can visit that ZSI. Once we start our class, we can go for visit to that Zoological Survey of India located at Akurdi. We can visit in a group. Even individually you people can visit to that Zoological Survey of India with your family member, but you have to take a prior permission from the legal authority of the ZSI. It is located near to the Akurdi railway station on the way of D.Y. Patil College. That it is in a building which you can observe in a Zoological Survey of India at Akurdi. In that ZSI, you can observe this is a picture from the same institute, Zoological Survey of India. These both of the mammals are stuffed over here. The skin is original. Entire inner material is removed. Eyes are artificial. And our animals are further stitched in this way. We have an feel. Yes, these are the original animals. So this is a way of a preservation to the mammals. These are the insects. Belongs to the phylum Arthropoda. That it is a scorpion. These are some insects which have to be preserved into the liquid medium. These are the aquatic animals, have to be preserved into the formalin and formaldehyde. Further here the example of some stuffed mammals. These are the insects. Maybe belongs to the Arachnoida, maybe belongs to that scorpion, bugs, butterflies and moths. All are given over here. Here the small bugs you can observe on the animals, on your pets, into the water, on a freshwater surfaces, on a stagnant water, nearby to you people. All those insects you can observe in your vicinity, because all those specimens are collected from our area, from Pimpri Chinchwad area, from our area. These are some mammals with their skeleton. Further here the aquatic animals are shown over here, and this one is a scorpion which is preserved in this way. So this is about that Zoological Survey of India, which is very close to you people, and mind it, you have to visit that Zoological Survey of India. Why we have to visit that Zoological Survey of India? Yes, it's okay, it is a part of recreation. But instead of recreation, here as we visit to that ZSI, automatically our interest is get increased into the zoology. Our interest get increased towards the biology. And till today, you have a thinking in your mind in the relation of your career options. So one more career option came in front of you to be as a scientist at an station like Zoological Survey of India. A very good opportunity is there in front of you people, and the work is too interesting. You don't have to do any other work, only you people are busy in the relation of collection, in the relation of preservation, and in the relation of classification. And as you go for the process of collection, automatically it may happen some new animals, some new species you may get find out, and you people can give the name to that animal as per your convenience. You can give the name to that animal of your lovable person, of yourself, because in a binomial system of a nomenclature, one rule is given: after the name of genus and species, one can add The name of a person who collected that specimen, name of the person who firstly identify that specimen and who describe as well as classify that specimen. Mind it. So it is a good chance for you people to work as a scientist at a Zoological Survey of India. So these are a few examples related to the stuffed animals from the same place. The next one we'll study into the next lecture. It's all for today's lectures. Only 2 to 3 points are remain. We'll study into the next lecture. It's all.